Hey folks, it's Florida Deere. Today I wanted to go over the grapple that Little Bull Loader or Little Buck Loader sent me. This is the Little Bull Loader, but I think the company name is Little Buck Loader. And so they make two different types of loaders, so you can kind of look that up on their website. I'll put their website in the description so you can get there. They did send me this for free, so I just want to disclose that and ask me if I could run some videos and what I felt about their product. I said absolutely, sure, that sounds like a great deal. They initially offered me $75 for every unit I sold, or unit that they sold, with you guys mentioning Florida Deere as the the point of interest, and then gave you guys off $75 as well. So instead of that, I didn't want to get anything from it because I feel like there's a conflict of interest to a certain extent there. And so you get $100 off if you purchase one from them and mention Florida Deere on their website, and I still get nothing, but I get the clicks and the views and all that stuff. So I'm happy with that, and I'm always happy to be part of this John Deere community. So any case, we already went through some of the bucket work, and I'm going to go over the grapple and what I think about it at the end. Bear with me in the beginning because I'm trying to learn how to do the levers on the 4X5 series as opposed to the joystick that I'm usually working with on the 1023. And I just want to say something else. This company is a great company. Anytime I've had to deal with them, they've always been very quick and fast to respond to me. They've always been very kind. I mean, they gave me this, okay? I didn't give them any money. I'm not giving them yes man kind of reviews. You'll see that at the end of this one. It's not a bad review, but there are some things I think they could make it better. And there's 3 things in particular. Again, I'll address those at this time in the video. But I would say this too, is every time somebody mentions them on one of the comments on my video, it's positive. Anytime I've seen them mentioned in a forum, a tractor forum, it's positive. So it's a really good company. If you're thinking about some of this equipment, you at least need to give them a look and a consideration, because I think they do give, they do make some pretty good products at a pretty affordable price. So we'll get into the video, and then at the end, like I said, I'll go over those 3 critiques that I think could improve the grapple system on the Little Buck Loader. All right, folks, so it's been a while since I've had to burn some yard waste, but here we are, and there's probably no better tool to help me with this than the grapple. So we're gonna check to see how this works, and here's what we're gonna do. I mean, I could easily reach in there with my hands and arms and all that, but that stuff's been there for a while, so I don't know what's living in there. So this is the beauty about a grapple, is that I can just reach in there like 6 feet away, 7 feet away, whatever, and not have to worry about what is in there. There's some bees I can see. Where'd you go? Anyway, he'll be far enough away for me to escape if I'm on the tractor. So anyways, we're going to do that, and then we're going to try to get some of the stuff over here and then just kind of dump it right in the fire. Might break up some parts if it's too big, but the fire's going pretty good now, so we'll get that going.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, I will jump right into it. I'm going to do the 2 things that you can do to improve your grapple performance for the Little Buck Grapple. And then I'll get into the thing that Little Buck Loader could fix themselves that would make the grapple more effective. Number 1 is a tooth bar pictured here. This is my Piranha tooth bar for the bucket for this tractor. And I have it off, and it more closely resembles this, right? These jagged edges right here that allows it for a little bit more grabbing power or staying power, depending on how you look at it, versus a flat, smooth bucket edge. Plus, I'd recommend a Piranha tooth bar or some other tooth bar anyways to protect the edge of this. Plus, in regular bucket work, you're going to find that it's actually pretty darn useful. So that's what I would recommend as far as that goes, is definitely getting a tooth bar. Again, whether you have the grapple or not, a tooth bar is a good idea. As you saw me kind of look like an amateur with the tractor at first, some of the issues with the grapple are dealing with the way the hydraulics are set up. They're set up per the way they're supposed to be, which is probably great for bucket work. But in order to get the grapple to grab stuff, you basically need to go opposite directions, okay? Which is not super ideal for what I was doing, because making your hands go in opposite directions is just a little bit weird. So an easy fix for that is simply rotating one set of the couplers, and then you're going to go in the same direction. So to grab it, I think it would have been forward for both of them, or backwards. Anyways, I can't remember. But nonetheless, that's the easy fix there. And I'm going to scapegoat the tractor here. These controls I'm not used to, so if it looked like I was an amateur, that's the reason why. I'm just not used to these. I'm used to having a joystick with the diverter on the trigger. So it's just, it's a better system, but that's nothing to do with Little Buck Loader. I mean, that's John Deere's garden tractor. And the garden tractor works fine because most people don't probably use the garden tractor for loader work. In fact, that's probably a rare item. And still need to fix that tire. But that leads me to the third thing that can be done. And this is something that I think, you could certainly do this at home. If you were handy with welding or some level of fabrication. But I think a Little Buck Loader could improve their grapple by putting the mesh or expanded metal, something like this. Maybe it doesn't need to be this thick or this exact design or something like that, but they have this up here, and then they have this across here. As you can see, lots of stuff can get through here. There's an opening there and an opening there. So a lot of stuff can escape, fall out, whatever. I think with those 3 items, the expanded metal, a tooth bar, and switching out the couplers, I think this would be head and shoulders above the performance that you just saw with me on the tractor. And I know, obviously, some of you might be operating the tractor much more smoothly than I was too. Nonetheless, I think those 3 items still would work out to be advantages for the owner of the machine. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. That'd be awesome. It'll help the channel out. And if you want to see more videos about either the John Deere garden tractors or the John Deere 1 series, you can click the subscribe button as well. I don't know why I'm having an issue saying that lately. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.